Hello, everybody, welcome. Rosie and Korean psych investigators. Woo.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. So, Karina's back here with us. Thank you for coming, Karina.
Thank
And
you
Karina,
for having
Karina, if my may start, so Karina's been working on her website, and I think in a few weeks we'll have some information. So, right, Karina, is
me.
everything's
Yes,
going well with that, right? So we're
yes.
excited about it. So, okay, so guys, I was telling Karina we talked for a long time today about so many topics, but and so now we're starting to record. So I was telling her that the last video I did a video on Saturday, one on Sunday, really late. And the last thing I said on Sunday's video is what I was telling her about the Putin Bush connection and why I had seen that George Bush would never really come out very loudly saying anything bad about Putin because I believe that Putin had information about the Bush versus Gore election and how that was likely not a legit win. One second, I just want to make sure this is plugged because I don't want to. I think there's enough battery, but just in case, just because it's important,
Yeah.
it cannot it cannot be lost. So anyway, so that was that, and I had said at the end of the video, I said, guys, remind me to talk about this person who died, who was involved in this election, and that it was involved in this thing, and this person died. It turns out it wasn't a helicopter; he was flying his own plane, and the plane crashed. And this is and I was just looking at it with Karina, not even
hmm
looking at it psychically. And I see him, he's here actually, he wants to talk. But when you see the article, and it is just very shady. So he died in 2008. So
hmm
so so let's do the protection, and right away we'll get to there.
Yes.
I got that he wanted to talk to me, then he's here now. I feel him. Okay, so
hmm
okay, so I'd like to ask for protection. Beautiful ray of light coming on top of my head as I breathe in. I feel my lungs as I breathe out. I create a circle. I create a circle. I step into it. I step into it. I feel protected. I feel connected. I'd like to ask that information come only from the highest sources. I create the good and the goodness of it is. Okay, so Michael. Okay, so he's here, and I see. By the way, before I talk to you, Michael, we want to introduce who you were in this life here with us. I know he's very, very anxious. He really wants to talk. He really wants to get off his chest. So he's like, Rosie, I'll be as detailed as possible. Okay, he's really like, so yeah, share. That's pretty accurate. The thing that I want to share. So this is what's interesting this thing that I found. Let me share this, which is like kind of eerie, to be honest, is that this channel, this website exists. This was a report from 2008, and the same woman is still doing shows to this day. So the fact that
hmm
I seen her face, there's something eerie about it, as if like she's still fighting the fight, right? And but let's just play it. Okay,
Yeah.
Strategists who was set to testify in a case
hold
alleging
on. Okay. That's funny.
this is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, the War and Peace Report. That was Bob Marley, the real situation. Well, a top Republican internet strategist who was set to testify in a case alleging election tampering in 2004 in Ohio has died in a plane crash. Mike Connell was the chief IT consultant to Karl Rove and created websites for the Bush and McCain electoral campaigns. He also set up the official Ohio state election website reporting the 2004 presidential election returns. Connell was reportedly an experienced pilot. He died instantly Friday night when his private plane crashed in a residential neighborhood near Akron, Ohio. Michael Connell was deposed one day before the election this year by attorneys Cliff Armbeck and Bob Fitrakis about his actions during the 2004 vote count and his access to Karl Rove's email files and how they went missing. Velvet Revolution, a nonprofit investigating Connell's activities, revealed this weekend that Connell had recently said he was afraid George Bush and Dick Cheney would, quote, throw him under the bus. Cliff Arnbeck had also previously alerted Attorney General Michael Mukasey to alleged threats from Karl Rove to Connell if he refused to, quote, take the fall. Well, Mark Crispin Miller joins us now, a professor of media culture and communication at New York University, the author of several books, including Loser Take All, election fraud and the subversion of democracy 2000 to 2008, and fooled again how the right stole the 2004 election and while they'll steal the next one too. Mark Crispin Miller joins us now in our Firehouse studio. Welcome to Democracy Now!
Okay, so guys, I'm sure and this is like, Quinn, are you there?
Yeah, yes, I'm
It
here.
is so eerie
Wow.
because it's like, and we have forgotten about this. Not forgotten, no, we're talking about it, but these people have, and think about, I didn't even know, like, think about it. They've been fighting the fight. And they're instead is like, oh, Hunter Biden, whatever that is. But this is the
Yeah,
conversation the media should have been having the whole time. How,
yeah,
like, wow, it's so messed up. And we know that the 2004 election was a John Kerry election, right? So,
yep.
so like, wow, so wow, and it's wow, I got goosebumps. I was gonna ask the question, Spirit already gave me the answer. So, Spirit, are you telling me, and I got goosebumps, that have Republicans stolen all the elections except Obama? Yes.
Yes,
We
of
have
course they
saying
have.
we have made sure that people they knew the data so well that there was no way. It doesn't make sense. It's like
Yeah,
they covered it, but before it was really nicely covered up.
right.
And it's saying that's why Russians aligned with Republicans because Russians understood that Republicans had control over the election.
Yep.
Wow. So, by the way, Quinn, I know maybe I'm forgetful, paranoid, but you saw the video, right? It wasn't just audio. You saw the video.
Yes, I
Good.
did see the video.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Good. Wow. I'm like, let me process this information here. Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much what we've kind of thought the whole time, actually. I
Wow. Okay.
mean,
So
really.
let me, I
Wow.
want to get the face of the man if I can. Oh, here it is. Okay. This is a good. Oh, hold on a second. Let me share this. This is the man here. This is Mike. Okay. Oh, and so let me share this with you guys within Korean, of course, we saw it, but I want to read so this is the news of the time, okay, that has information. So, and when I reading the news now, it's really eerie. It's shocking, honestly. So, okay, so this is December 23rd, 2008. Republican IT guru dies in plane crash. Federal investigators are looking into a small plane crash in Ohio, which claimed the life of its pilot, a Republican media consultant who was instrumental in the presidential and gubernatorial campaigns of three members of the Bush family. Michael Connell, 45, of Akron, died Friday when his plane crashed near a vacant house in Uniontown while attempting to land at nearby Akron-Canton Airport. So, okay, now this is very important. Okay, so, but the fatal accident is also raising questions about Connell and his work for key political figures and lobbyists, which has targeted him in investigations over missing White House emails and a lawsuit alleging electronic voting fraud. Following last Friday's fatal accident, CBS affiliate WOIO reported that Connell, who had recently been subpoenaed to testify in relation to a lawsuit alleging vote rigging in the 2004 Ohio election, was warned at least twice about flying his plane because his plane might be sabotaged. Quoting an anonymous close friend of Connell's, correspondent Blake Chanot also reported that twice in the past 2 months, Connell, who was an experienced pilot, canceled flights because of suspicious problems with his plane.
Oh
Wow.
my.
So,
Yeah.
so how, and just that alone, I mean, it would be one thing, let's say that you and I, right, are looking at this person. Oh, well, what are the odds, right, that somebody died in these
Yeah.
circumstances? That would be one thing. That's enough, right, considering the
Hmm.
players. But to have a contemporaneous news article state that not only had he received, what was it, at least twice,
At least
he
twice.
received he was warned at least twice about that his plane might be sabotaged. That's one thing. Another thing is the second paragraph, cancel the flights because of suspicious problem with his plane. So there's a pattern of suspicious activity related to his plane. He was warned
Hmm.
that his plane might be sabotaged. And then when we think of the video I just played here with from Democracy Now, where he was threatened, right? Wasn't the video saying that he had been threatened by people?
Yes,
He was close to Karl Rove, and Karl Rove, it was reported that Karl Rove had threatened him.
right.
There was even the names of the lawyers. So, whoa. So that alone, this is without the psychic,
Yeah.
right?
I don't even think
Like,
we need that part.
wow. I mean, what else? I mean, this
Yeah,
is suspicious by definition, period. Right?
yeah.
Knowing,
Hmm.
because even if it was okay, he died, okay, well, maybe, but no, this is all the information that they have that, in fact, wow. So this is
Crazy. I mean, it's so sophisticated. It's been going on since then. It's just gotten more sophisticated, is what I mean. It's been
so
going on all
okay.
these years. Wow, crazy.
Wow, wow. So I see that he wants to talk so badly. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
go
So,
for it because he's been trying to come through. So just let it flow.
so all right. So Mr. Connell. And then say no words. You could talk about, you and Karina can talk about how you're feeling. So, Mr. Connell, look at the mess we're in right now. It's really look at the country, what's going on. And he's like, I know, oh no, no, no. And he's saying, but I say, Rosie, I refused. I did. Wow, I knew I was involved in all of this. I know the dirty stuff. This is when we remember how the internet started. Has to do with it has to do with networking and the development. Wow, it's saying whoa. No, Rosie, I want you to know about this. Rosie, remember Cisco. So it's like so
Wow.
specific. So, I mean, I'm okay, long story. I'm very interested in this company there's a VC company called Sequoia, and I'm very interested in the founder named Don Valentine, but they famously invested in Cisco. So I know a lot about Cisco because I know about the history that Sequoia played in Cisco. So Cisco, what they did is that they basically popularized network. I think modem, like I think it was modems or those kinds of like they were instrumental in the dot-com era, and there was a dot-com bubble. He's like, yes. And so he was one of the people that brought this technology. Exactly, Rosie. That's right. I had a special account with Cisco even. Whoa, they said that we modified some of the, wow, he's saying we modified some of the Cisco routers. Is that right? Wow, thank you.
Hmm.
We modified, wow, wow, oh my God, damn.
Wow.
So
Wow.
Rosie, we modified some of the Cisco routers. We made sure that there were two separate networks. That wow, okay, this is big. This is no Rosie. I'm so glad we're talking. Rosie, I'm so glad we're talking. I'm so glad you're talking to me. I know I talk really fast. I know that's how I talk. If you ask people I used to play football and they knew I would talk like this. They knew I was always like really smart. I always wanted to try new things. I was almost like Karina, I was a little bit like you. I had a little like what you call it? What did you say you have the thing with learning? What is it, Corinna? You have the thing you said that you mentioned today
Oh,
with
dyslexia.
yeah.
Dyslexia.
I was kind of a little bit like that. I was always paying attention to all kinds of things. I knew all about everything that was going on. And I told him, I said, you know what, Carl, this is the thing. This is coming up. And we have to get it together. I have to make it happen. We have to like boom. And then like, we had there was this district that I knew I had all these friends that worked there and we started to look at the machines, and I knew that Cisco, you could connect the networks. You could connect the networks and like there's one network that you're supposed to connect to, but we created a new separate network just for us so we could change the numbers. We changed the numbers. And that's what happened. And I was there. I was there. And wow, Corinne, I'm sorry, what was it? Okay, sorry.
No, fine, but I'm taking on his body actions and my foot. I'm just like
And so,
tap 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 tap. Tap,
yeah,
tap.
and so,
I mean,
so,
he
so,
is
so,
going.
and by the way, guys, I know people are going to be like, Rosie, can you finish this sentence? Can you please, like, I find it hard to understand what you're saying. Are you capable of finishing a sentence? So I really believe I'm channeling this person. I've never
Yes.
heard a video of him talking, but this is how he talks. And it's like, where does he keep talking? Shut up. Whatever, people stop to complain. Shut up, okay? I'm just trying to come through. I'm trying to come through. It's really hard. I'm here on the other side. It's really hard. It takes a lot of energy. I have to tell her. I've done everything because I've been holding on for years, decades. I've been trying, sometimes I know there's a lot of psychics out there. I try to like come to them and they never listen to me. They don't know who I am. Okay, I'm not that big. Okay, I got it. I'm not that big. Okay. But I have a lot to say. I have a lot to say. So Rosie, yeah, this started with the routers. Okay. It was the Cisco routers. We changed the mode of the routers to connect with the local networks. And to the local networks, we connected to our own computer.
Oh.
And then the computer then changed the numbers. Exactly how you're seeing, Rosie. I know you said it. I know you saw it. You have to, Rosie, get your ass together. Get your ass together, Rosie, and publish the thing you have researched. I know you're like, oh, I suck. Oh, I'm stupid. No, you're not. You know exactly what you're doing. Stop with this bullshit. Get your ass out of that motherfucking chair. Okay. Okay. Karina, are you there? Karina?
I'm sorry, I'm hysterical.
I'm saying, I was like, wow,
Ah,
you yelling me, huh? Rosie,
yeah.
I know you're a nice girl, but come on, get your act together, girl. Stop. Oh, we poor me, whatever the hell. Get your act together. There's a lot of people who are gonna suffer from this. Get your act together. I'm tired
Wow.
of, Karina tells you, everybody tells you, and what's missing? Get it done, girl. Get it out there. You knew exactly, you got it. That's exactly what I'm telling you. I'm telling you, there's a network issue, just like you saw it. I'm telling you, there's a router issue, just like you saw it. And that's why they killed me, Rosie. Wow, like it was like that's why they killed me. Because I can, I'm not one of those people who lies. Yeah. Well, Republicans, they have a version of events. Let's just call it like this. They all have a different version of events. But wasn't gonna say that I didn't know. I didn't know I hadn't done nothing wrong. It was a Karl Rove situation. They wanted me to go to prison. Why do I have to go to prison for them? And I just didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. They wanted me to, they said you're gonna take, 5, 10 years or whatever. I'm not gonna go to prison for them. Why do I have to go to prison for them? I was helping them out. And I didn't want to do it. I knew they were doing something wrong. And when I realized it, I realized it. And Rosie, what you're saying is okay, pause here. So he can get through. Okay, Michael, can you hold on, please? Okay. Can you so I will explain the situation. So he's coming, he can connect telepathically. So
Mhm.
you can see that one person who appears here as an example, and it's coming again, so I was going to talk about him, is that man. There's something famous called the Southern Strategy. I forgot his name. It's this man who was a Republican strategist. I actually think for a while he worked with Roger Stone. And then he had a brain aneurysm or like something like that where he died, had brain cancer or something like that. And towards the end of his life, there's a really great documentary about it. So he regretted his life, how he did a lot of racist campaigns to get voters. And then he
Right.
regrets it towards the end of his life. Oh, Lee Altwater. That's right, my buddy Lee. I know Lee. Man, that's right. That's right. He's right here. We're both regretful. He's burning in hell a little longer than I am. He's saying that he has to. Yeah, he was okay. That's right. God was taking notes. God said, you know what? Yeah, that's right. You got brain cancer, maybe a little less, but you still effed up. So you're gonna go down take down the elevator down for a little while so you can learn. So, yeah, now my buddy, this sounds like what it sounds,
It's
but
okay. It's coming through
so that's
fast.
right. That's right. We're, and I see it. He shows me this image of his hand. There's blood in our hands, meaning they're involved in this. Well, okay, so come on, so what else? So no, just it's important, Rosie, that you go back to the Cisco routers that we put those routers, the damn routers, over there in Ohio, yeah, there was a lot of issues. Okay, you're seeing this, and I talked about this, but yeah, I did use some drugs sometimes. I did use cocaine for a while. It's a thing. It's true.
I
And
can
that kind
feel
of
it.
like it's accelerated all the time. Yeah, so I did do some drugs. It's a thing. It was my personality. I was very like all the time like this. I was constantly like doing things all the time. I was a really, really fast guy. And the cocaine thing, it was just like I was like faster than fast. But I got a lot done. I could stay up all night and do shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so we and I see he shows me the cables reconnecting, and then they tested it and they could change the votes. And there comes this guy, Elon Musk. Yeah, the guy, there's a whole hell that's gonna be built just for him. Because the man is bad. Man is bad. Oh, and he's like, Rosa, he's incontinent. Did you know that? Oh, nobody knows that. He's incontinent now. Just like Trump.
Yeah.
So he's what
Too many
really like,
drugs.
oh, a whole lot of drugs. Rosie, drugs do things to people. Rose,
Yeah.
yeah, they do things to people. So anyway, so he's saying that that's it. So talk about well, that's right. So yeah, I bet he knew. He saw what we had done. Oh yeah, they knew about it. Oh yeah, Rosie, Peter Thiel knows all about Ohio. That's what I was specializing, and that's why they did it. Oh, that's why they first tested it there because there was seed,
Oh,
the seed of this scheme. That were the first These were the first machines that were tested and controlled by us.
wow.
And this was like the lab. This was the
Epicenter.
Yes, the epicenter of the Republican electronic vote manipulation. Yes, I was the funny thing is, guys, this damn guy, Elon Musk, he says he started the car thing, whatever. It's not true. He did not start no cars. It came later. The same thing he's gonna say. He's gonna come out and say, "Oh, I started it." Say, "No, I did, Rosie. I was the one. They killed me for it. Yeah, but I'm the one who started this whole thing." And he came later, and yeah, he did he did a good job this time, but sloppy because the numbers don't work. And it's saying, oh, I work with statisticians. He's saying that we needed to come up with numbers that seemed somewhat plausible.
Yeah.
And Republicans were always very careful. I'm saying, so, yeah, they were very careful with the statisticians so that the numbers were plausible. Elon didn't do that, and that's why the thing was so blatant. And a lot of
Right.
those Republicans, including Karl Rove, are like, "What the hell? This is too blatant." And that's why they know it. They talk about it. They never want to go too far into it because they know their dirty damn fingers are all over it. They're going to be in prison for a long time. So wow, that's right. That's
Mm-hmm.
right. Caro, no, never Trumper, huh? I know about Caro.
Mm-hmm.
It's just because somebody else doing it too. That's right. So wow.
Makes sense.
Well, and it's saying this is right. This is why Rosie, and there were some elections where we just couldn't. It's like Obama and Biden, they got crazy amount of votes, and Kamala too. But they changed everything this time. But
Yeah.
there was, it's a Obama was, but yeah, we're saying we won elections dishonestly. Yes. So tell me about your death, Michael, if you remember. Oh, there I see. She shows me a what is it called? Like a the round thing that has. Okay, machines have a like a round thing that does like
The dials.
not the dials.
Or
There's
that.
like the wheels that connect
Oh
the
yeah.
this thing
Gears. Like a
gears. That's
gear.
it, a gear. So they were saying that they were loose. I see that he shows me there's somebody with a screw like a huge screwdriver for those things, and they loosened it up so that they knew that as the plane would fly. Oh, and it's the things they would fly and they would start to kind of loosen up if the parts are loosely tied together. After a certain amount of spins, the gear kind of
Right.
collapses into onto itself, and that's what happened. And that's what happened. And I
Yeah.
see that he was trying to land. He knew he could hear the sound of the thing falling in the motor, whatever it was. He heard a sound and he knew he had to land. And he was a really good pilot, he's saying. And there was nothing wrong, there was nothing wrong other than that. So that's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Hmm.
Wow.
And that could look like an accident,
Hmm. Even though so
even though it wasn't.
tell me about those suspicions that the newspapers nobody would talk, Rosie. Nobody would talk. There were some journalists that tried to pursue it, but the people said, "No, I didn't know anything. No, I'm sorry. No, no, no." Nobody, I mean, they knew there was something suspicious. People just didn't. I was just, wow, it's saying, yes, I didn't want to take the fall, but I ended up taking a little fall instead. If it wasn't a fall,
Right.
if it wasn't a, what you call it, a fall in terms of a,
Yeah. Prison sentence.
yeah, it was a little fall from the airplane.
Yeah.
That's right. And I see that Karl Rove knows, and I say he drinks to this day. I try to haunt him.
Mhm.
I try to bang for things in his house. So, and I see, I think some rally, he knows he's guilty. And he knows he's part like so that's why the Republicans are silent, Rosie, and they have done nothing to stop it. Because not only were it's saying it's deeper than just being threatened by Putin, is that they
Yes.
themselves are guilty. And that if people go into it, that's why nobody right, if people go into it, then they're going to uncover the Republicans. But Michael, I have a question, and I don't mean to be like, because I'm a Democrat and everything, and so, but sometimes I get angry that He's like, Rosie, stop putting more makeup on your face. You got 2 pounds of them makeup. I'm gonna put a bit more. Do you want to look like a clown for real? Stop it. Oh, he really, are you abusive? Are you abusing
Michael, it
Michael?
relaxes her. Come on. You're
No,
trying to take away
so no, but
her
it's okay.
personality.
I'm gonna put it's like okay, it's okay. I respect. It's okay, Michael, just for today, okay? So you gotta listen sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So so right, so then so, okay, what we're talking about here. Oh, that's right. So about the Karl. So that's right. So they're involved. And that's why they're like, oh, they hate Trump, but they don't do anything about it. It's not just
Right.
but that they don't want people to look very deeply into it because soon enough they're gonna find our bodies and
Hmm.
we are the ones who are going to go down. So no, it's saying Rosie, you say that there's Trump, yeah, Trump works for Russia, that's obviously, but those people that put their own self-interest above the country are also treasonous in some way because they prefer to keep themselves out of trouble than to save the country. They never care about the country, they care about themselves first and foremost. And that's why we are where
Hmm.
we are. So
Hmm.
wow, so Michael, from where you are located, are you able to see what's happening here right now? Do you see if Trump is gonna how much can you
Can I
see?
ask Michael a question?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Michael, do you see in our government as it stands now, do we have generals that will stand up to Trump?
Mm. That's right. I see that. Okay. So he's showing me, Karina, the image. Karina and I were talking about this image. We'll talk about it in a little bit about the economy and how I had seen this image of. I guess we can talk about it, right? Just because to explain what
Yes.
he's showing me. So I had seen this image of Trump with a bulldozer trying to crash the economy, and then he runs into these huge boots, and like the size of Trump is this, the size of the boots is this. I literally use this to show Karina, like huge giant boots and tiny Trump, and he's like, yeah, there's tiny giant boots on his face. He's about to go down. He's about to go.
Yeah.
I got some buddies in there, he seems to know some of the people who are still in the DoD from his days, so they know what they're doing. So is he gonna so Michael, are they gonna stop? What are they gonna do, Michael? What are they gonna do? Are they gonna be the ones to stop Trump? What are they gonna do? They're gonna put a damn boot on his motherfucking face.
So can I ask him another question,
Okay,
Michael?
okay. Yeah.
So the trap door that I've been seeing all weekend, is that for Trump?
That's the trapdoor. It's saying that they're hiding, that those people in the military, they're hiding, and the trapdoor is how they come out, maybe, is what I'm understanding here. Is that right? Does it make sense, Quinn? The trapdoor, of course, you would think
Yeah.
is that they're gonna come out through the trap. They're hidden, but they're gonna come out. Is it so? But who can ask? So, Michael, could the trapdoor be for Trump? No, it's gonna be public. It's saying. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
What do you pick up on it? Is it so? Tell me, that's right? They're gonna come through this little door and then they're gonna come out of it and get him, is what I'm understanding. Is that right? Or is the
Mm-hmm.
trap door the place where he's gonna fall in? No, because it's already in public, it's saying.
Right.
Even if you were to quote unquote fall into a trap door, it wouldn't be enough to justify to explain what's going on. Is that right?
Yeah. So to me, it means it as you're speaking this and he's saying this, it feels like I've been seeing that because it's getting closer to me. It feels very close.
Okay, so is that right? Yeah. Corinne. Okay, wow, he's showing us something very interesting. Wow. So this is actually explains a lot of things. So he's saying you guys see before, it's like
Hmm.
with the eye, right? But there's another
Yeah.
type of perception. And that's this perception that allows you to see the things that are coming. Like like it's almost like he shows that there's eyes we could see here in front. And there's almost this the intuitive radar that sees what's next, what's near, what's next. Almost as even if you're blind, you could pick up this,
Oh my gosh.
or you're picking up granite. It's like this layer of almost like how if you have issues with your eyes, there's something called the visual field exam. We have to test how far your peripheral vision is. Because my family has had a history of glaucoma, I often do this because it's the field.
Yes.
That was one of the things that tells it. So,
Okay.
so it's saying, but is this like, but the
Yeah.
vision, the spiritual vision goes beyond, but it's also like this, like it kind of picks up what's in the air. Okay,
I think he's answering a question for me.
say it again.
I think he's answering a question. Thank you, because he answered a question for me that I had over this weekend. I
Wait, wait,
was
now I've already forgotten. What was the question that led to this just now? You asked about the
because what I was seeing was it what basically this whole thing to come for Trump.
oh, that's right. Now I see. Okay, yeah.
So I was trying to figure out this weekend, and I was trying to explain it, and I couldn't quite explain it. But he just answered it for me. I in It was part of the Joe Vision and the trap door, and I've been having this where I can see it with my third eye. You can see it in front of you, but there's a space behind my third eye. There's stuff happening, but it's not, I can only catch little glimpses of it, like the feeling, the essence. I don't see a picture. And so I've been feeling this impending Trump explosion, everything. And I was trying to figure out what am I picking up that's behind? Why can't it come to the forefront? What is that? I don't understand. That's never happened to me before. And so he basically just answered it for me. I understood what you were saying,
Okay.
because it's back there and it's coming. It's
Mhm,
what's to come. What
mhm.
I'm feeling and seeing is what's to come.
Oh, and by the way, guys, Aquila sent me a very short audio. I'm gonna include it in today's video. I didn't include it, interesting, but I think it's even more relevant now, Corinna, actually, right, in light of this conversation. Okay?
Yeah, yes.
So, okay,
And
so no, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry I did that on tape, but that was just I got confirmation of something there.
No, that's right, that's right. So it's
Yeah.
good. So it's good. So that's right. So
No, he's telling
right.
me it's coming.
hmm So that's right. So okay, interesting. Interesting. Yeah, and he is explaining some. Oh God, sorry. Where is this? Oh, sorry. I have alarms for everything. Hold on, sorry. I'm gonna turn it off. So anyway, all right, I'm going back here. So it's okay, Rose, take your time, take your time. It's important, it's important. Like, no. So so he's saying this, that so he goes back to this field of vision, and then there's this like ethereal kind of like immediately around us, kind of we pick it up. And that of course sometimes things don't, they can come into form slightly differently, but they're on the ether about to come, right? There's different factors. And that when we ask about a specific timeline, yes, it's in the, then it almost shows me something that would be like a tire around us, like not a tire, but something but much bigger, but sort of like a tire shape is surrounding us. It's like dark, this shape, and this is where the almost like the vibrations of this near future signs come. And that's when people say, I picked up on this. I had a premonition, not because it's in the ether, like just like that. And it usually comes,
Right.
it's like up to 2 months, 2 weeks, something like that. Like it's comes to people. But when you're doing your reading, like you ask for a specific time, then you have to go forward. And in the forward, there's many different options of things happening. Does that make sense? But
Mm-hmm.
question mark. I know it turns into this, but the whole thing is like many people saw the Kamala winning, including us and all the psychics. How come it didn't? She won, Rosie. She won. But how come we didn't anticipate the degree of cheating? How come we didn't, if we saw it and we didn't, how come, right? Can you explain to us even the process of how
Yes.
this is able to be changed so that we understand it a little better? So tell me what it, no, it says that they were planning this, right? And that there was room for error. There was a possibility that it wouldn't work, but it worked. And but in a way, it's saying a lot of times the evil vibrates lesser than the good. Does that make sense? So, but so why,
Yes.
why is it that Elon, I mean, considering how evil they are, how could they have won? How could they have done it? It seems so wrong. I mean, it's wrong, but for considering how harmful it is. So it's like he's riding a wave, Rosie. These people like Trump. Look at how far this was 20 years ago that it happened to me, pretty much almost. And this was we're
Mhm.
this, and look how far it has gone. So it didn't happen on its own. There were steps, 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 steps. And that's why it's hard because those people are very focused and very constant. Unlike the right. I have a question, Michael. So unlike a lot of times us or the good people, they kind of they're not as it's like almost like you don't believe it's right. That's right. We don't like, oh, but look at them, they're winning. And look at how they act. Those people are like, whatever, Kamala's winning, screw that. I'm gonna do it. So they never have a doubt about it.
Yeah.
They never have a doubt about it.
Right. Right. Exactly. That's so true.
Oh, and he's saying something actually very powerful and interesting. They know that whatever happens on for them, they have to do it themselves. They're not like us, oh, somebody's gonna come up and they're gonna help us. They're gonna count the votes. They're gonna say something. Like, nope, we gotta get it done because nobody else is gonna do anything but us. That's why, and it's a way that's
Yeah.
why evil, because evil is about going against the natural order, they have to get it done.
Hmm.
So their
Yeah. They have to
plan,
make it happen. It doesn't flow.
that's right. They execute, they plan, it's saying just like serial killers, it's not like they're like, oh, I'm like walking around. I mean, sometimes, yeah, they kill like, but they have to have the gun and the pot, they have to plan minimally because
Yes. Everything's set up.
that's right. So that's what you're seeing here. Wow, very wasn't that interesting, Quinn? That's right.
Yeah.
So tell me, what is it about? So why didn't it seem so wrong still? And we are supposedly at a very advanced time spiritually. How come, this, I mean, and the campaign of Kamala was beautiful and all the events were beautiful and it was so amazing. How come that wasn't enough? Can you explain to me that I still, right, Corinne, it's still kind of like, I still like to know. How come?
Yeah. Mm.
Oh, it's saying this. It's like cancer, Rosie. You have to remove everything. Otherwise, you're going to continue to
Mhm.
clog the system.
Yeah.
This is a big, pretty big wound or lesion or whatever you call it, like a big, what is it called? A tumor, a giant
You-
tumor machine. And it had to be, if you don't remove that type of tumor, it will grow and grow and grow. It's the same concept here. And now it's like if they can't remove him, they have the goodness in Rosie. They're working. I know it sounds hard to believe, but it's gonna come to a point where everybody's gonna get out of their comfort zone and do something about it. And
Yeah.
because the people that up to now, they say, oh, whatever, they're gonna lose everything too. So they know it that it's too dangerous and they were going to go down. So they don't want to go down. And it's saying, oh, wow, it's interesting. The military knows that if Russians take over, they would be tortured, they would be killed, they would lose everything. Their families would be like, go to
Hmm.
gulag or whatever, because that's their system over there. That's how they treat their dissidents, right?
That's right.
So they know that they have to do something. Is that right? Does it ring true?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Yes.
It does ring very true.
And they say
Yeah.
they're patriots, but they're also looking out for their own backs in a good way, right? In the sense that they're like, you know what, it's gonna save me, but I'm in the position where I can do something. And that's what
Yeah.
wow. Hmm.
And it has to. That's exactly what it is. It has to get to that point. And that's kind of what he showed me too when it's like, why did it get to this point? Because the evil has to be exposed. There's too many people that think that the evil is the God, and
Mm.
that's has to be exposed.
Wow, wow. So Michael, okay, so I guess we're getting, honestly a little close to the end here. You can come back. Say, Rosie, whatever, come back, call when you have put out the damn research, girl. Put out before you go, just do it. And
I'm
then
sorry, I find that
then
funny.
and then he says, then I'll come back. But for now, yeah, no, that's good for today. For today, it's good. So, and so, oh, no, but I was gonna say, so Michael, anything that to tell us for the next couple of weeks in this, even the month of March. Let's say he's gonna meet the boots, Rosie, sooner than you think. But I know it's saying, I know it's hard, but know that this will be undone. Is there
Hmm.
anything that we can do, Michael? What should we do and what can we do? Humiliate JD Vance is what you can do. That works. He's really upset, Rosie. I'm laughing. I enjoy myself. I enjoy watching his face. He's really mad at Rosie. He's mad because the SNL thing he felt. He's saying because when he did the thing, when he did that joke thing, when he was so mean to Zelensky, he thought finally I get to be the bad guy. But when he saw the skit with SNL, he was like, "They think I'm just the queen." Oh, and he's like, "I can never convince anybody that I'm tough. Tough. I'm tough." And so it's demoralizing to him. So you can have to continue. And it's like he couldn't enjoy his vacation.
No.
Yelled at, and he said he told the Secret Service, close the damn mountain. They're like, sir, we can't do that. It's a private business, we can't tell them what to do.
Yeah.
So
And nor did they want to tell him what to
and
do.
that's right, he asked, can you just shut it down, go after them, get their names?
Yeah.
He's like, sir, we can't do that. No, we can't. No. so so like I'm gonna, and he's in, I'm gonna send them to the gulag. He's thinking to himself like he already has all.
Yeah.
So that's right. It's demoralized. So you can speak, but it's saying speak from a position of power. That's how Republicans think. So if think about it, if you were Karl Rove, how would you react? So you think,
Right.
oh, there's not going to be this damn company you have. It's not going to be that here 20 years down the line because you're done. You're done. Like those people come from the position of power. They believe they have, yes, they have power, but it's about the mindset. You have to have the mindset that you have power, and
Hmm.
you're gonna get it, and that's how you talk to them. So if
Yeah.
damn little trash, you're gonna be down, and you're gonna be, with shiny shoes of the prison guards or whatever, because that's gonna happen to you. And you're like, oh, I can't believe you doing this to me. No, you're not doing nothing to me. You're doing this to yourself because you're burning in damn hell. Sure you are. Like that's the thing. It's like take that attitude that you can change things, then you will. So
Hmm. Hmm.
so that's it. So
That's
that was wow,
wow.
wow, very interesting. So that was a thing,
Yeah.
Michael. So yeah, I'll
Yeah.
come again. So thank you so much for letting me share. Okay.
And it's interesting. His energy feels much calmer than when he came in. Like he's so grateful that you let that all come through. I can feel he's like, oh, finally somebody listened to me. Thank you.
Wow. Wow.
So I know that a lot, but he's thanking you for that coming through because he does. He feels so much better. I feel calmer too. I can
So
feel
okay.
he's subsided his energy.
And
Oof.
this feels very real to me, honestly. It's one of those where I'm not going to remember what I said, but I have to look later. But I'm going to tell you this. Corinne and I had planned to do this, look into the economy. I'm just going to tell you guys quickly what we picked up. And then tomorrow, next, we'll look into it next in more detail because I feel like this was, right, Corinne? It feels like the energy was spent on, don't you think? We'll focus on this today, right? That's it.
Yes.
And
Yes.
just to tell
Yeah.
you,
He had a lot to say, and
right. And
yeah.
just to give it also to give it the energy and to give it time to absorb. And so I'm just going to tell you this. So I was telling Karina earlier that I was like a little preoccupied. I said at first, I was like, Karina, just between you and I, I'm worried. Should I take money out of my bank? I asked the question, are they going to get I have a little bit of money saved. Should I take the money out of the bank? Are they going to get my money? I have an account with Chase, by the way. Long story, doesn't matter. But I'm saying the name of the bank because it's a huge bank and it's considered a very safe, secure bank, right? Has a very good customer service.
Right.
So, so, um, so it said that no, they're not going to touch it, and it showed me that Jamie Dimon is not going to let no. Corina said that they're going to try, right? Corina, you said what was it that you saw?
Yeah.
They're going to.
I heard the vault closing, like those big doors and the locks that are like if you ever went into a safe deposit box, those big gates and locks. I heard all those go chunk chunk chunk. Like they're going to try to get into the system, but it felt like the banks have a hacking system in place that they can't. It's shut down.
Okay.
So I didn't think they'd be able to get in.
That's right. And honestly, as you're saying this now, I even see that Elon Musk's gonna call Jamie down, be like, "Oh no, no, but let me just send Doge over there." He's like,
Yeah.
"Hell no, hell no, you're not."
Yeah. No.
He's that insane. So okay, so then I see that. Okay, so that was this part, right? They're not gonna touch our money. They're gonna try. They're gonna push. And then I saw this image of Trump with a bulldozer driving. Like I've seen this sometimes, like driving really fast to ram everything in, and he is willing. He knows, and this is I know a lot of people. I don't say they confuse that, but use the term, "Oh, Trump is crazy." I don't think. I don't. He may be crazy in a lot of ways, but he's deliberately looking to crash the economy.
Yes.
But I want you
Yes.
guys to know that it's not that he's crazy, is that the goal, and we know that this is the goal of a lot of those libertarians and the Russians. They want to crash the US economy. That's their dream. So he's doing this. It's a kind of weird phrase. Weird. Sorry, I'm like, anyway, and then I see that he's like Remy, and then this is the image I had before with a giant boot. He's like trying to push the bulldozer, and then he looks up. It's a giant boot. It's a giant boot. This is the size of the boot. This is the size of Trump. So giant. And he's like, and then so Karina, you asked this, right? Oh, I don't remember if we asked with Michael, just you and I. You asked, were these boots military? And the answer is yes.
Yes.
It was the military that had the boots that stopped Trump. And also I got a date. I know dates are irrelevant, not irrelevant, but they could change, right? But I just have to tell you, it showed
Right.
me 17th. It'll be the 17th of March. So that he keeps pushing. He's going to try to push as much as possible at the beginning of the term, right? So he can really
Mhm.
cause as much harm as possible. Also, because this is something that Bannon and others have always advocated for, right? To go in quickly, try to crash the whole thing and then build it up again.
Right. Within
So
the first 2 months.
that's right. So that's what they're doing now. But I see that once they start also hitting money and wanting people's money, that also accelerates the forces to stop them. Okay, so
Yes. And I just heard, and I assume it's that Michael, so thank you if it is, he has to do something pretty horrific for the military. Not that he hasn't, okay? We all know he has, but there's some sort of act that he would have to do that would make them seize him. So there's certain things they can get him on, and there's certain things that they can't. So it's almost like they're just kind of
mhm,
waiting for that moment to be right.
mhm.
So
So
whenever that is.
wow, yeah. So I have a question. Just, I mean, I think I kind of know the answer, but just to confirm. So when we see Trump being stopped by the boots, do the boots also stop JD Vance? Because there's also, it's just because we know that JD Vance, in a way, it's maybe worse. I don't know if it's worse than Trump, but we know that he's willing to do everything that what Musk wants. So that's also a
Yeah.
danger. So the question is are the boots going to stop? Wow. It show me that the boots are grabbing. This is like a little mouse. If you catch a mouse by the, or by the neck, they're like,
Yeah.
this is a JD Vance from the neck. They pull him from the neck, and and it says trash. They th
Yeah. Yeah.
they throw him.
Yeah.
Oh, a
That's
roach.
what I get on
That
him too.
roach, like you get with the toilet paper thing, like grab whatever, and you throw it in the trash. That's it. It's an insect, the size of an insect relative to a hand.
Yes.
So
It's where
yeah,
he
no,
belongs.
wow. So that's interesting. Yeah,
That was interesting. That was
wow,
interesting.
that was very
We
interesting.
wasn't sure what was going to happen today with him wanting to come through so much. So that was really interesting.
Wow, yeah. So that's it. So that's it for today, right, Karina?
Yes.
So
I think
thank you
so
guys
too.
for watching. That was an interesting adventure today, right? So okay. Oh, I don't know what I did here. So all right. So okay. Hmm. All right. So anyway, so thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Okay. See you tomorrow.
Yes.
All
Yeah,
right.
I actually won't be here tomorrow, but Rosie
Mhm.
probably will.
That's right. Okay. So
Okay.
I'll talk to you guys later. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.